Have you ever been part of a truly great team? If so, you know the satisfaction and fulfillment this brings.
We're excited to share with you what we value and how we incorporate collaboration in our athletics department. Martin Luther King Jr. said that we may have all come on different ships, but we're in the same boat now. Collaboration is a process involving multiple entities working toward a goal that we can't reach alone. Here at Westcliff, we recognize that there must be collaborative efforts to have success. We value and practice three main types of collaboration: student-athlete-centered collaboration, coaching-centered collaboration, and interdepartmental collaboration.
Student-athletes are connected through our 5 C's, the core values here at Westcliff University: character, culture, community, commitment, and championships. A few types of student-athlete-centered collaboration that we practice include the founding of the Student-Athlete Advisory Committee, which acts as a bridge between the student-athletes and administration and hosts events for our student-athletes, having team outings, pep rallies, social media challenges, spirit days for each team, and incorporating a Big Brother, Big Sister program for academic success within each of our teams. While we have many events for student-athletes to collaborate with each other and get to know each other, one event we focused on this year during the pandemic for student-athlete collaboration was what we called the 5 weeks of the 5 C's. Each week, we held a virtual seminar on one of the C's on which this department was built. We invited a guest speaker each week to discuss the implications of that value. It was the opportunity for the student-athletes to meet each other, hear from amazing guest speakers, compete in games, earn points for their team, and challenge other teams to bring out that competitive spirit ingrained in our athletes' hearts.
Some key allies in making this 5-week event successful were the athletic administration, coaches to emphasize the importance and great opportunities, and our guest speakers. The cost for this event was minimal since it was all done virtually. However, we did include prizes, promotional materials, thank yous for some guest speakers, and the biggest factor that you need: time. There is potential to really ramp this up and spend much more, or scale it back accordingly and not spend anything. One major lesson we learned from this experience was to not use the webinar format for a virtual event. We wanted to be able to see our student athletes and interact with them, and in the webinar format does not allow that in the same capacity that a regular virtual meeting would.
The Harvard Business Review states that a number of skills are crucial to support collaboration: appreciating each other, being able to engage in purposeful conversations, productively and creatively resolving conflicts, and program management. Many types of collaboration and support practices are being used on a basis for our coaches. This allows us to work through different challenges and shape our goals accordingly. Wait a second. Did you also see sardines? In our old office, we often felt like sardines when working in the 600 square foot space with multiple coaches and administrative staff within arm's length of each other. Although we worked in tight quarters, it helped enormously in our overall view on collaboration. Everyone was able to connect, care for each other, and learn from the best practices of other coaches.
As we transitioned online and we were zooming away like the rest of the world, COVID-19 led us to learn how to collaborate virtually. Virtual coaches meetings, virtual athletic department-wide meetings, virtual mentorships, virtual compliance meetings, and virtual coaches seminars, to name a few. In these seminars and sessions, coaches and athletic staff shared knowledge and best practices from their experience to one another about different topics, leadership styles, finding work-life balance, recruiting, mentoring, team captains, social media, and practice plans, all with this visual aids in front of the whole athletic department. By learning and sharing, the Warrior family became closer and more willing to help each other. Coaches took the opportunity to learn different strategies and approaches to become the best versions of themselves. For young coaches, this was an opportunity to guidance from veteran coaches, but we found it also happened the other way around as well.
Key allies to these presentations were the coaches and administrators. As these sessions were held virtually, there was no direct cost to implement into our department's practices. In the future, as we move to meet in person again, providing food at these events will increase the cost. The possibility of bringing in guest speakers may also require a fee. One lesson we learned when implementing these is that when distributing topics, sometimes letting coaches choose their topic rather than it being assigned allows for more passion, buy-in, and enthusiasm from the presenter.
Intercollegiate athletics is a transformative component in the structure of many institutions of higher education. Campuses all over the United States benefit from the inclusion of athletics in different kinds of ways. Academic success is essential to the success of the university and athletics. As the athletic program was in its genesis, we had to learn to improve our coordination and communication with other departments, as these departments learned how to navigate college athletics. We grew through trial and error, overcoming barriers that hinders progress, and misconceptions about student athletes to build a philosophy of better ways to share information and build relationships with their departments within the university.
As students, coaches, and administrators engage in learning how to navigate through admissions, financial aid, academic resource center, the registrar's office, student services, and student accounts, interdepartmental Zoom meetings are a must for collaborative success. These weekly meetings allow an open flow of communication between all departments at Westcliff University. Westcliff University's support for student athletes' academic success has resulted in a huge collaborative effort between athletics and academics. From the beginning, student athletes are supported by academics through the Academic Resource Center, or the ARC, the Writing Center, and professors and deans. We all work toward the same goal: success of student athletes inside and outside of the classroom.
The cost of this collaboration is free. However, the cost of not working with other departments in a professional manner is huge. For coaches and student athletes to be their best, we must build bridges of trust with those key departments. The key allies in this collaboration include the athletic department, admissions, financial aid, student services, student accounts, and the registrar.
Strengthening the organization's capacity for collaboration requires a combination of long-term investments in building relationships and trust, and in developing a culture in which senior leaders are role models of cooperation.
Our FAR, Courtney Hernandez, and our Dean of Athletics, Shawn Harris, also have some feedback on those collaborative practices.
I am excited to share with you a little bit about the ways in which interdepartmental centered collaboration has been fostered throughout the university. The Academic Resource Center was actually the division of various departments, including key staff members who recognized the need to provide resources to students and support them in a more holistic manner. Upon joining the Academic Resource Center, I was impressed with the existence of various collaborative efforts that were already in place in working to meet the needs of students so they could be successful in their studies and overall journey in their personal lives. It is the commitment of so many departments and the ongoing collaborative strategies that continue to push us to think deeply about the needs of our students. From weekly meetings between the athletics department, student advisors, and the Academic Resource Center, we are able to come together and discuss the challenges, triumphs, and continued needs of the university and its students. Working with faculty, program chairs, deans, institutional research, student affairs, and athletics has truly provided a more holistic vision of how we might best engage learners, especially during these difficult times. Above all, in working with athletics, and in particular, the undergraduate student advisors, I see these collaborative efforts as infused with authentic acts of care, love, compassion, and a deep commitment to students and their success.
Hello, my name is Shawn Harris. I'm the Dean of Athletics here at Westcliff University. Collaboration is very, very important to us in everything that we do. Collaboration allows us to take average to amazing, take broken to booming, take confusion into clarity, and desperation into domination. It's really the bedrock of everything that we do in our culture. It allows us to continue to embrace diversity, inclusion, and equity in athletics.
Thank you for your time. Please feel free to contact us with questions or ideas to implement new collaborative practices on your campus.